Hi there, it's Linda Carpenter with Wellness for a Lifetime, and today's video is all about toxin-free personal care. I'm so glad you're here. So we're going to talk about, as we've been talking about in this series, we've already talked about supplements and having more energy and robust immunity with supplements. We've talked about cleaning up your cleaners with doTERRA's amazing line of On Guard personal care products, and also the On Guard system for toothpaste and mouthwash and all of those that are so powerful for helping you deal with the bugs that are just ambient around, and you know, if that person sneezes next to you. Today we're going to talk about non-toxic or toxin-free personal care products. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my view around to the PowerPoint so that we can get into today's material. This is from a class that I've been teaching now for several years called Non-Toxic Personal Care Products with Essential Oils. And again, I've been teaching this for several years. I think you're really going to like it. Those of you already know I have a master's degree in alternative medicine. I'm a holistic health and nutrition coach, certified raw food educator, advanced healing foods instructor. I'm a board certified drugless practitioner, and I'm that far away from having a aromatherapy certification that will qualify me to sit for 2 different international aromatherapy certificates. Very excited about that. The most important thing to me is that I reversed my own stage 4 metastatic, supposedly terminal cancer. This is actually from my most recent PET CT. It says no foci of hypermetabolic activity are identified. That's medical jargon for I'm clear. So many of you have heard my favorite definition of health. Remember Patch Adams, the movie where Robin Williams played Patch Adams? It's a great movie. If you haven't seen that in a while, I highly encourage you to go watch it again. Well, the real Patch Adams is Dr. Hunter Adams, and he wrote one of the textbooks, or one of the chapters in one of my favorite textbooks in my master's degree program. And in it, he has a definition of health that I have taken on for my own. And it's the definition of health that I work with my clients in my office to pursue as well. And that is a body toned to its optimum performance potential, a clear mind exploding with wonder and curiosity, and a spirit happy and at peace with the world. That's the definition of health that I pursue, and it's the definition of health that I work with my clients to pursue. But what we actually really have is a chemical soup running amok. So there are over 500 chemicals that most women apply to their body before we ever leave the house in the morning. So many of those are toxic, endocrine disruptors, so that means they disrupt our hormones, and we wonder why we have these huge, horrible hormonal issues. Well, it's because of the stuff that we're putting on our bodies that disrupt our hormones. And a lot of them actually are known to cause cancer. So let me share this with you just briefly. If you look at my business card, it's actually a trifold. I don't have one here, but it's actually a trifold. Business card size, but trifold. And it has lists of toxins to avoid in personal care products, cleaning products, common household carcinogens, toxins in food. This is some of the list that is on the toxins to avoid in cosmetics. So we're going to talk just briefly about imidazolinylurea, and yes, that took me a while to learn how to say. It's found in most of your water-based cosmetics. It's found in deodorants. It's found in hair dyes, shaving creams, face masks, all kinds of stuff. In fact, you're going to see that it's found in some 266 different products. It's really hard to avoid this stuff. Very, very highly soluble. It remains on the skin for hours and then is absorbed during that time. It's like it doesn't evaporate. That's what that means. It doesn't evaporate. It remains on the skin and is absorbed through the skin. Why do they add it? Because it preserves the shelf life. So it adds shelf life to this product that they want to be able to sell basically forever and ever. Okay, so what are the kinds of products that it's in? Things like Nair or hair removers, conditioners, body lotions, teeth whitening formulas, skin softeners, bath oils, all kinds of stuff, cosmetics, eye makeups, it's in it all. Now, if you're not familiar with the Environmental Working Group, get familiar with it. So the Environmental Working Group, that's EWG.com, EWG.org, get familiar with it because it ranks the toxins in different products. So this looks like a nice outdoor skin therapy cream for really, really dry skin, but notice that it has endocrine disruption as a major issue. We're going to go through a few of these. This is a skin lightening cream, you know, for sunspots or if you've got some age spots. But look at this environmental and reproductive toxicity and a cancer concern. Kendra, this is a volumizing conditioner. My mother used a volumizing conditioner her whole life because she didn't have real thick hair. And so she wanted to maximize the volume. But you know what? It disrupts the endocrine system as well. All right, so what does it really mean? This is a skin fade cream. Think Michael Jackson fading his skin color. So if you want to reduce the darkness of your skin, this is something that gets used. So what is an endocrine disruptor? Well, it's a chemical that interferes with the body's endocrine system and produces adverse developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune effects in both humans and wildlife. That means it's not only harming us, it's also harming the environment. That's a really big thing. Notice oil of Olay. Again, my mother used this my entire life, and it causes developmental and reproductive toxicity. Not the kind of thing that you want somebody who's of childbearing age using. How about Neutrogena? Now, I loved Neutrogena oil. I never used the shampoo, but the oil I used a lot. And look at the cancer risk. Wow, and how is that legal? Well, just suffice it to say the government does not have our back. All right, so imidazolidinuria is a 6 on the Environmental Working Group's gauge from 1 to 10. So 6, all right, that doesn't seem so very bad, but you know what goes with it? And it stimulates and formulates formaldehyde. And formaldehyde is a known carcinogen. It causes cancer. No question about it. Formaldehyde is a carcinogenic impurity released by a number of cosmetic preservatives, including diazolidinuria and imidazolidinuria. So it is released by all kinds of different carcinogens, or all kinds of different cosmetics. All right, what about skin suntan lotion? I was just talking to somebody in a class that I taught last week who uses a lot of sunscreen because she's fair-skinned and she doesn't like to burn and she's had skin cancers in her family. Here's the deal. The sun doesn't cause cancer, but putting toxins on your skin and then exposing your skin to the sun, that leads to cancer, okay? This is copper tone. Look at the cancer risk. It's small, but that's an important risk, especially when you expose to the skin, cause a little bit of sun damage from the skin, from the sun, taxes the skin with a carcinogen on it, then you have an issue. This also causes biochemical and cellular level changes right here, biochemical and cellular level changes. You don't want anything that causes cellular level changes. Here's that list of ingredients that includes imidazolidinuria, the formaldehyde releaser. Here you go. Styling gels, moisturizers, conditioners, facial powders, foundation. It goes on and on. The ingredients you should be looking for are urea, carbamide, imidazolidinuria, diazolidinuria, they're all found in the preservative gemibin and found in baby wipes and household detergents, bubble baths. It's all not good stuff. Another one to avoid is parabens. Parabens are in all the same things that imidazolidinuria are in. So they're found in very similar products. They are antimicrobial, they preserve, again, in enhancing the shelf life. Now, I found a study, and I wish I had recorded where I found it. I've lost it. I don't remember where it was. But what it showed was that they studied thousands of cancer patients. And what they found was 100% of the cancer patients that they studied had over-the-top levels of parabens. And where do you get your parabens? Well, in those cosmetics. All the same ones that had the imidazolidinuria typically have the parabens. They cause immunotoxicity, allergies, excitotoxicity that hyperexcites the cells. It persists in the body and bioaccumulates, so your body can't flush it out. And it also causes multiple and additive exposure concerns. Phthalates. Phthalates are used to make plastic and vinyl more flexible. Think shower curtain. So every time that hot water hits that shower curtain, one of the things that happens is that vinyl releases phthalates. Think new car smell. It's really, really toxic. You get new chairs or new carpets or a new flooring. It's really, really toxic. Because if it's vinyl, if it bends, it's replete with phthalates. All right, and all the same phthalates that are used in cosmetics are also used in plastic wrap, in wood furnishings, in lubricants, in insecticides, and detergents. And that all disrupts the endocrine system. Animal tests have showed that phthalates negatively affect hormones and contribute to the early onset of puberty. So now we know another one of the things that contribute to our young girls that used to start their menstrual cycles at 17, 18, 19, now they're starting it in early teens and sometimes preteens. And it's also why our little boys have boobies. All right. All kinds of different phthalates out there available, and they are considered a 10 on the environmental working group's 1 to 10 scale. Triethylamine. So triethylamine you'll sometimes see on the label as TEA. It changes the pH of the product that it's in. So when you see pH balanced shampoo or pH balanced conditioner, it's full of triethylamine. It absorbs in nature. It can irritate the skin, the hair, the eyes, the respiratory system, and long term, it can cause allergies and asthma. In the cosmetic ingredient review assessment, it's only reasonably safe when restricted. And that triethylamine is in 2,849 products. Polyethylene glycol, so also known as PEGs, this is antifreeze. This is the same exact ingredient that you put in your car as antifreeze. And it comes in all kinds of creams, it comes in moisturizers, it comes in a whole class of ingredients that are petroleum based. They have that technically they will say that it's not all that toxic, but I'll tell you, let your dog get close to your antifreeze and they will drink every last bit of it and die. It is lethal and they love it. It's got a sweet flavor. They love the flavor of it and it is lethal. I've known several friends that have had pets that they lost to leaving antifreeze a jar. The dog knocks it over and licks it up. And it contains impurities, specifically ethylene oxide and 1,4-dioxane, and they are not non-toxic. They are quite toxic. 1,4-dioxane targets the liver and the kidneys. When you inhale it, you smell it in the air, and it targets, and it's toxic to the liver and to the kidneys. Animal studies where they put an antimicrobial cream that included polyethylene glycol on open wounds, it caused kidney failure. It caused some other reactions too, but it caused kidney failure. And how do they say this stuff is not really toxic? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure that I understand that. So, information on polyethylene glycol is a little bit scarce, and as I just said, it's a little bit contradictory. My choice is to avoid it. Look at the cancer risk on this ethylene oxide. Again, that's a form of polyethylene glycol. When all the different agencies are saying kind of the same thing, it's a known human carcinogen, it's a possible human carcinogen, it may limited evidence of carcinogenicity. When they're all saying kind of the same thing, my recommendation is just avoid it. 1,4-dioxane, the carcinogen 1,4-dioxane, contains up to 46% of personal care products tested. This was as of 2008, published by the Environmental Working Group. The chemical is an unwanted byproduct of an ingredient processing method called ethoxylation. It's used to reduce the risk of skin irritation for petroleum-based ingredients. My recommendation, just avoid petroleum-based products. Though 1,4-dioxane could be easily removed, it is in widespread practice, it is not. The manufacturers fail to take the simple step to remove it. That's sad, but it is definitely true. And yes, 1,4-dioxane is in your shampoos, even baby shampoos. All right, let's talk about some non-toxic personal care. And I've got, you can't see it right here, but all right here in front of me, I'm at home right now. This is my home studio. And so I just went to my shower, my bathroom, and I brought all the stuff that I use. And so we're gonna talk about some of it, and we're gonna show you some of it. How's that? All right, what are essential oils? Well, they're naturally occurring, easily evaporating, that's what makes them volatile, aromatic compounds that are found in the seed, in the bark, in the stem, in the root, in the flower of all kinds of different plants. There are over 3,000 different varieties of aromatic compounds that have been identified so far. They're part of the plant's immune system, so they ward off predators, and sometimes that predator may be a virus or a bacteria. They play a role in pollination, so they attract pollinators. Why do you think women have been wearing rose oil forever? Yeah, we attract pollinators too, right? All right, essential oils have been used in food preparation, they've been used in beauty treatments, they've been used in healthcare practices for millennia. And there's a lot of wide range uses for emotional and physical well-being as well. So, essential oils can be used as single oils, or they can be used as blends of oils, or they can be used in other products. And we're going to talk about all of that as it relates to our personal care products. But let me start with this. So this is one of doTERRA's facial cleansers, and I legitimately went through every line, every ingredient, all right? And here's what I found. The majority of it are things like melaleuca, peppermint, mustard, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, let's see, pumpkin. For whatever reason, I couldn't remember what tocopherol acetate was. It's vitamin E, but I couldn't remember. The rest of them I looked up, and here's what I found. This is that same Environmental Working Group list. Now, this is vitamin E, and the only concern really is contamination. But here's the rest of those ingredients. Some of them were chemical names, so I looked them up. And here's some more of them. And some more of them. On that 1 to 10 scale from the Environmental Working Group, they are a 1. All right, so that facial cleanser is $22 retail. If you have a wholesale account, and if you've got this video, you've got a wholesale account, it's $16.50 for 4 ounces. And I will tell you, that will last me several months. Now, that's not the one that I use. I fell in love with Virage. Do I have that right set up? No. I fell in love with Virage. And this is the Virage cleanser. And did I put it through the same scrutiny? No. I believe that doTERRA has done the same thing and made it completely non-toxic. But I use the Virage skincare line, and I had been using it less than a week. When my husband stopped me in my tracks, he looked at me deeply and he said, "Honey, what are you doing? You look radiant." Now, my husband is a dude. He's a man's man. He doesn't use the word radiant, but he did that day. And it did stop me in my tracks. I had been using the Virage skincare line for less than a week. So what's the rest of the ingredients in the Virage line? Well, there is the cleanser. There is the Virage toner. Now this is a spray. You literally just spray it, and I spray it on my face, my neck, and my décolletage. My cousin taught me that word. Then there is the Virage moisturizer. And you know what? I love this moisturizer. If I had to say any part of this made all the difference, I would say it was the moisturizer, but I think it's the whole way that everything fits together. But it makes my skin feel lovely. I've never used anything on my skin. Get in the shower, I use shower gloves, and I scrub with whatever soap I happen to have. That's what it used to be. It's not that way anymore. I nourish my skin, and I love it. The fourth part of the Virage skincare line is the Virage Hydrating Serum. Now, the Virage Hydrating Serum has as part of it Immortelle essential oil. Immortelle is a blend of oils that, well, the way it was described to me is if the gods of beauty all got together and created an essential oil, it would be Immortelle. It has frankincense, rose, helichrysum, sandalwood, and lavender. It is an exquisite oil. And the Immortelle serum has the Immortelle, or the Virage serum has the Immortelle in it, and it is absolutely lovely. So that's the first part of my skincare process. I also love the shower gel. Let me do this. I should have done this already. Let me stop my screen share so you can see more of me. All right, there we go. So I use the doTERRA Spa shower gel. You can see it's almost empty. I've got to order some more. Actually, I already have some more on order. I like a shower gel, and this is lovely. There are also several different soaps. There is Citrus Bliss bath bar. There is a Serenity relaxing bath bar. If you are a bath bar kind of person, I like the shower gel. Then when I get out of the shower, the first thing I use as my lotion is coconut oil. Okay, so this is doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, and what do I do with that? Well, whatever oil I feel like for the day, I can put a few drops of oil in my coconut oil, and that is my lotion. So this is Motivate. If I've got a day where I need a little extra motivation, that's going to be my lotion. If I've got a high-strung day and I need to balance myself and bring myself down, then I can use balance lotion. One of my favorite aromas in the whole wide world is to take a drop of passion and a drop of motivate and put that together, and look out, I'm gonna get stuff done. Now, you can use that in the coconut oil, or if you prefer, doTERRA has the unscented lotion that's specifically formulated to add whatever oil you want to add to it. Now, this is my husband's favorite. I like regular old coconut oil. There is also, so I mentioned the Citrus Bliss bath bar. There is Citrus Bliss hand lotion. This is lovely. It's a smaller container. It works great to put in your purse. I enjoy it. There's also the same size in a rose lotion. 100% of the proceeds from the rose lotion go to the Healing Hands Foundation, where doTERRA does amazing things in the world. So I really like and support the Healing Hands Foundation. There is a button that you can click in your back office and donate $1 to the Healing Hands Fund. I have my bracelet that I got at Leadership that 100% of the proceeds for the bracelet went to the Healing Hands Foundation. And let me see if I can find it. There is a single red bead. Can you see that little red bead right there on the bracelet? And that is an indication. I wonder if I can do this without crying. There are 64 countries today that when a young woman starts her menstrual cycles, she is given a sheet of cardboard and she's sent to the barn to be with the barn animals because she is unclean. doTERRA goes into these cultures and teaches them that she is not unclean. This is the way the body works. And now she's relegated to the barn and the barn animals because that's all she's got, a piece of cardboard. And so she can't go to school. Well, if she doesn't go to school, she doesn't get to make up her work because she was unclean. In a very male-dominated society, she's considered unclean. Well, she can trade that cardboard for some feminine products, usually for sexual favors. So she's caught up in this unending loop. And what doTERRA does is they go into these countries and they build schools and they build classrooms and they build clinics and they teach that this is not the unclean. This is the way the human body works. Congratulations, celebrate, welcome to womanhood. This is a time to celebrate, not a time to curse. And doTERRA makes a feminine hygiene, a reusable feminine hygiene kit by a company. doTERRA doesn't make them. doTERRA supports a company. The Healing Hands Foundation supports a company called Days for Girls. You can Google it. I encourage you to. Days for Girls. You can also go to your doTERRA site under Our Caring and look at the Healing Hands Foundation and some of the amazing things that doTERRA does in the world. The Days for Girls is just one of them. Operation Underground Railroad is another Healing Hands Foundation organization that is supported by the Healing Hands Foundation. Operation Underground Railroad interrupts human sex trafficking that is usually related to children. They have been so effective at disrupting the process that no child has ever had to testify. So they go in, they break up the ring, they get the bad guys, they liberate the children go immediately into counseling and rehabilitation, and it's all 100% supported by the Healing Hands Foundation, and even the administrative costs are covered by doTERRA. So 100% of your donation, whether it's that you click that link and donate $1 every time you place an order, Or if you get the rose lotion, 100% of the proteins, or in my case, my bracelet, 100% of the proceeds go to the Healing Hands Foundation. All right, so the next thing I do in my daily regime is the doTERRA Be Beautiful body mist. So this may be my all-time favorite. The scent Be Beautiful, was announced a year and a half ago. So this upcoming convention, it will be 2 conventions ago. And it's truly a lovely, lovely, lovely aroma. And it also comes in a oil. So the oil is my favorite to use just as a fragrance, but I use the body mist as part of my process in the morning. Can't resist. It is lovely. All right, the next part of my daily process is my hair. So at this point, I've dried my hair, and I use a little bit of hair glaze. That's how I get my little bit of curl. And then root to tip serum. I love the root to tip serum. So if you've ever been to the beauty salon, and the last thing the hairdresser does, if you're having your hair styled, down or long, is they put like 3 drops of this tiny stuff and they do like this, and then they just go through your hair like that. And you think, what in the heck are they doing? Well, that is the equivalent of root to tip serum, and I use it every day. It conditions my hair. It's a leave-in conditioner, and it keeps it from being frizzy and fly away. It just makes it more manageable. This is another one that a couple of weeks ago, I had been using it for a couple of weeks, and my husband came up to me and he said, "Your hair really looks good. Have you done something different?" Really? He doesn't notice things like that. But I guess he's noticing things like that. And isn't that cool? All right. So that's my doTERRA products. Let me see if there are some more. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Here's the Virage skincare system. By the way, I think it's $79 for the whole system. And as as skincare systems go, that's really, really inexpensive. You can pay $150, $250 easily for a skincare system. The Virage skincare collection for $79 is spectacular. There are also shampoo and conditioner. I'm not a fan of it, but I have 2 different people on my team that have said it's the best shampoo and conditioner they've ever used, and they hope that it never stops. I have another person on my team that absolutely loves the conditioner, but she adds a couple of oils to the shampoo to make it more to her taste. So that's an option as well. And if you are in the hair care industry, you can get this in the big salon size. If there is somebody in your world that has a acne problem, now I'm a holistic nutritionist. The first thing we're going to talk about is nutrition, cutting out dairy, cutting out wheat, cutting out the things that are known to cause acne. Yes, those are things that are known to cause acne, and of course sugar. And while that's happening, helping to heal your skin with the HD Clear Skincare Kit. So it has a cleanser, it has a spot protector, and a HD Clear moisturizer. Just because you're having breakouts doesn't mean you don't need to moisturize. In fact, moisturizing can help reduce your breakouts. All right, then there is the Essential Skin line with an anti-aging moisturizer, the cleanser we already talked about, a hydrating cream, a scrub, and a pore reducing toner. There's also now an eye cream. I don't remember if I have the eye cream on this slide. These are now the packaging has changed. That hand and body lotion in the center is this hand and body lotion. So the packaging has changed, but the ingredients are the same, and the whole product line is still there. That's the rose hand lotion. Again, the packaging has changed. Some other body care, Correct X here is like something that you would put on a scrape or a cut, but non-toxic and not petroleum based. So that stuff that you buy at the pharmacy, yeah, that's petroleum based. Remember, you don't want to put anything petroleum on your skin. There's a couple of different deodorants now. One of the deodorants is the Beautiful. I highly encourage trying the deodorants. And then you got to make sure that you get, and I didn't bring mine over, I forgot about the slide, the TerraShield insect repellent. This stuff is amazing. It comes in both the oil and a spray pump, and this stuff really, really works to repel insects and keep them from biting you. And we're coming into the spring and the summer, so they're going to start waking up and coming out. You want to make sure that you're using something healthy, not something that contains DEET, because that DEET is nasty stuff you do not want to put on your skin. All right. So with that, my recommendation again is to go into your account and start clicking around, start playing with this, see if there's something that you'd like to have. Again, in this 4-video series, at the end of this series, I'm willing to schedule an appointment to identify exactly what you want and make sure you know how to order it and get the absolute best price for it. So the last video in this series is to make sure that you know how to do that. I've already recorded it. It covers all the details, and I'm making myself available for a 1-to-1, actually 3 1-to-1 wellness consultations over 3 months so that you can order the things that are appropriate to you. This is Linda Carpenter with Wellness for a Lifetime. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.